Hello, my loves. Hope you're doing well as energies are really ramping up as we get closer and closer to the 8-8 portal. Of course, we're already deep in the energies, and we also have the full moon coming up. Taking all of this with my most recent video that I shared here on YouTube, speaking to many of the feminines that have felt uncertain about their next steps, but also knowing that they feel very done with what they've been doing up until this point. The message that was really coming forward was to refocus back to yourself, take some deep breaths, do some chanting, humming, or toning. Many of you connected with it, but I did have this interesting experience where my message was quite triggering for someone. But through that experience, it actually guided me to sit with the message deeper because it felt like there was a lot more to it. And of course, I'm sure many of you here with me know that when we're breathing or humming or chanting or meditating, refocusing our energy, we're in a state of surrender. And this actually allows solutions to come into play. So the things that I share here, even if I'm channeling in the moment, are often things that I have done myself and found success with. And usually, if it's something brand new, actually, always if it's something brand new to me that's coming through, I share that directly in the message. But most of all, this energy and this reaction to this idea of resting and rejuvenating when things are uncertain, I totally get why that can be triggering, right? I used to be in those energies because when we feel uncomfortable or if we have anxiety or fears or frustrations, we want to hurry up and find a solution. I get it. I've been there. I've actually totally been in that energy myself, especially as someone who had CPTSD. I say had because I feel that I have healed my nervous system and those patterns quite significantly for myself and with other supports. With that being said, it's not something that I'm unaware of. It's just that I've also learned that there are a lot of solutions and giving things space and grace and not only reacting from anxiety and frustration can actually be really beneficial because when you're feeling the anxiety and frustration, it's there to tell you that something is not feeling right, right? It's there to teach you something. But it's also an opportunity for you to take a step back, give yourself some space, and actually discover what is actually making you uncomfortable and frustrated. And if you're not finding the solutions in the immediate moment, what I like to work with is giving it space, right? Through the meditation or the chanting or the breathing or whatever works for you, give it space so the next steps of your process actually have space to open up. Okay. So when we get in that anxious mode and we think that we have to figure it out immediately, we're actually blocking out all of the potential solutions because we're trying to skip steps. And that actually increases the anxiety. Been there, done that, totally get it. I was more focused on feeling better, calming down my anxiety than actually finding a full solution. And what would happen for me when I would react from anxiety or frustration, I would usually have to go redo whatever I had just done because it wasn't the true solution that I actually needed. So for me, I discovered just giving things a bit of space might be frustrating at first, but in the long run, it actually saves a bunch more frustration. With that, I'm aware that probably many of you here with me are doing versions of that, but we all have rough days, especially in these types of energies. So it can be helpful to have that like gentle reminder that when the anxiety and frustration is up, obviously, as long as you are not in any immediate danger, it can be helpful to go and just try to relax or try anything different to relax. And if you're having a hard time, then maybe I do suggest that you check into getting some therapy or coaching or energy work or support. It doesn't matter to me what solutions work for you. What really matters to me is that you find what works for you. You know what I mean? And for a deepening into this, for those of you that do resonate with my messages and my energy, and for those of you that have been in this void space, it feels quite significant through this portal, but it also, in my experience and understanding, it's a very important time. The void space is where we actually make the transition from the old phase to the new phase. And why rest and resetting and rejuvenation can be so important during those times is it's actually the opportunity to seed the current moment, the present moment, with more of the energy of what you actually want. And it also gives you the space and the time to honor the last phase and opening up to receiving the new that's going to be coming forward. I know that this last phase, especially over the past 4 or 5 years, has been exceedingly intense for most people on this planet, knowingly or unknowingly. We have so many different stresses happening from so many different directions that it is important that we broaden our tool bag. And sometimes we do have to think outside of the box or try new things to get ourselves relief and support in new and deeper ways because we are evolving, because we are growing. And so this morning I was guided to actually record a deep relief meditative session. It came out to be 47, almost 48 minutes. And it went into some really pretty deep topics that actually even surprised me. But the whole premise of this session is to actually provide some forms of energetic relief physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, relationally, environmentally, in just letting your actual system take a break. When our body, when our nervous system actually has space to rest and process all of the stresses, we can actually start to think clearer. And when we can think clearer because we're not burdened and bogged down by all of the intensity of what is happening to that degree, it actually becomes clearer to start to see solutions. So, actually resting, meditating, it might be hard to sort of get into it at first when you're that stressed out. But in truth, if you can keep rolling with it and let that information start to just process and move out, it kind of clears up the clouds and then you can start to see and think better. Kind of like how when we dream at night, that helps us process all of that subconscious information so we are more rejuvenated and clear by the morning. The session went a lot deeper than I expected. It did go into unraveling and clearing out burdens that were from the ancestors, from the collective, pretty much burdens that we might be carrying that we're just not able to process. And it also went into some energies connected to competition, where we might be feeling competition with others or sort of like pressed or throughout our life. Maybe you don't even feel that now, but maybe it's something you experience through your life, or even the burdens that the masculines feel that they carry for the feminines, or the burdens the feminines feel they carry for the masculines in the old dynamics and in the old templates. So we worked with unraveling and clearing that out. And again, clearing out the competition between the sexes, between the same sexes, between siblings, all sorts of things. And that actually opened up into receiving relief from expectations expectations. There was a lot of this in the system that was pretty surprising to me how strong it came up. But all of those sort of societal expectations or mile markers of things that we should reach by certain times or certain ages or certain points, and sort of unraveling out of expectations that were projected onto us so that we can just get more truly and deeply into our authentic, natural nature, which is exceedingly relieving to anybody for any reason, right? It's such a relief to just be more of who you are, to have more space to discover who you are, right? And one of my favorite parts, which feels so pertinent to this new and next phase, is actually where we're even resetting and rejuvenating our direct connections to Earth, to Mother Earth, right? It came through to allow her to process her burdens, that we process ours, and we get to reset and reconnect with her in the true energies in new and deeper ways. So that felt also really relieving because where she is ready to upgrade and ascend and evolve, we are as well. And where we are ready to evolve, so is she. That's the symbiotic relationship that we have with our home planet, right? So it was a very beautiful session. If any of you would like to participate in it, I'll put it in the pinned comment and it's also over on the post tab. You can partake in it over on Patreon or my web store. It's available for members, or you can just get it as an individual um, session if you would choose. Whatever works for you. We try to be pretty simple and easygoing here. My goal is to bring you supports to help you embody deeper into yourself, into your sovereignty, into your authentic nature, right? And we're all going through our own experiences, right? And I'm here to share from my perspective and experiences, and as I'm guided to the best of my ability. No, I'm not for everybody, and all of my messages will not resonate with everyone or all of the time. Unfortunately, that's just not necessarily something that's possible. But it's also sort of beautiful to me because there's so many unique individuals here on this planet that I just try to do my best to bring forth what I'm guided to. So if it resonates, if it's making sense to you, please feel free to receive it. I would love to hear from you. If it doesn't resonate, if it doesn't feel aligned for you, that is quite all right. I honor your experience and wish you the best in finding what actually does support you. And I'm grateful for this opportunity to connect with you and to share from my heart with you again for those of you that do feel resonant with it, and sending you all love and support no matter what you choose, no matter what works for you. And again, I hope you find this helpful. I do feel quite deeply that as we move through this 8-8 portal and out the other side of this full moon, the next few weeks are really going to be this process of embodying into the new phase. And so always follow your guidance. But if you're not getting your solutions right away, right out of the gate, right? Lion's Gate 8-8, right out of the gate, it does feel that they will be coming through. And please remember not to dismiss the small steps, the smallest moments or inklings of guidance. Even it can be as simple as in the moment when you're uncertain of what to do and something pops in your head to cook and you magically have all the ingredients. Like that's what happened to me last night. Or you just have these unexpected ideas that pop into your head and then everything flows really fluidly and effortlessly. Please acknowledge and remember that those are guidance. Those are your flow. Those are solutions. And when you let yourself receive those, you're sending a very strong signal to the universe that you're not only listening, but you're willing to receive the smallest of suggestions and supports. And each moment that you let yourself receive those, you're opening more and more and more space to continue to receive more and more of what is actually supportive and aligned for you. But yes, at the end of the day, each of us as individuals have to take that responsibility to make our own choices, to do our own work, to decide what is best for us. Yes, we can consume videos and content and suggestions, but truly, at the end of the day, the most powerful thing that you have is taking personal responsibility for your life, for your joy, for yourself. All right, my loves. I'm going to leave it there. Again, all my information will be in the pinned comments. I would love to hear from you, and I'm looking forward to hearing what solutions you might be coming up with or experiencing over these next few days. And that solution very well may be to just relax. All right, take care, loves. Much love. Bye.